Charles Oliveira. Great offensive striking, incredible grappling, great power, but when it comes to his defense, some might, and I know this is gonna hurt. Nobody likes badmouthing a legend like Charles, but his defense kinda sucks.
Do something! Do something!
Wait, don't dislike the video yet. I got the proof. Today, I'm going to go over every single time Charles Oliveira has been dropped, count him up, see what his total drop count is, and then we're going to see how he compares to people like Alexander Volkanovski, Sean Strickland, and his very next opponent, Max Holloway. So stick around until the end for the final stats and comparisons. As for now, let's get into it. The first time we see Charles get dropped is actually pretty decent amount into his career already. Like, he managed to stay drop-free all the way through his regional career, as well as his first 7 UFC fights. But that all changed when he took on Cub Swanson, who not only was the first person to drop Charles, but the first person to KO Charles. Yeah, you don't hold that title, Ilia, surprisingly. He lands a massive shot to the body, makes Charles lower his guard, and that sets up a huge right overhand that knocks Charles out. And yeah, next time we see Charles dropped is 11 fights later. 11 fights, you heard that correct, against Felder. Paul was clinched up with Charles, had him held up against the cage, and he manages to sneak in just this slick, like, I don't know what call it, upwards elbow. You can tell it rocks Charles. His whole body and posture drops, and Paul lands another which sits Charles down right on his ass. By the way, I just know there's a Charles fan fuming right now because it was counted as a knockdown, even though it's not counted on the official scorecards. Listen, mate. The UFC scorecards, whoever's in charge of that shit fucking suck. They don't count knockdowns all the time, right? So I don't want to hear that. Anyway, next time we see Charles get dropped is a lot more clear, and the UFC does count it this time. So get out of my comments. By the way, I love Charles, but this knockdown was so funny. Bro, he hit the Fortnite emote and got clocked immediately. But David was being pretty fucking scummy this whole fight. He eye-poked Charles so many times, and it was so obvious he was doing it on purpose. So maybe Charles deserved to clown his ass, now I think about it. But yeah, Charles got dropped by a big left hook that sat him down. And the next time we see him get dropped is probably the most known. Like, I feel like this is where people really became fans of Charles Oliveira. When he took on Michael Chandler, Iron Mike, for the first time. I mean, we all know it. Every MMA fan rewatches this fight at least once a year. Chandler backs Charles up against the cage, just starts unloading on poor Charles, dropping him to his knees. Charles barely survives. Then the very next round, you already know, Charles goes out there, gets his get back. Just a Hall of Fame UFC moment, eh? Feel good moment. And then, in his very next fight, his chin gets no break as he took on Dustin Justin. And this was a really rough one for the first. Like, this was all in the first round. Charles gets dropped not once, not twice, but 3 times. Oh, you thought his poor chin gets a break in his very next fight? Nope. Justin Gaethje gets 2 knockdowns against old Charles. And we keeping the streak going, baby, as Charles is dropped once again for the 3rd fight in a row when he took on Ilia Makachev. I mean, just a big right hook, sits him down, and he's finished off. Thankfully, his poor fucking chin gets the rest it deserves, as he is drop free for his next 3 fights. Unfortunately for his chin, the next person he fights is... And yeah, not only does he get dropped, he also gets colded for the 2nd time in his career. I mean, he's been TKO'd 5 times, but usually with body shots or ground and pound. Only Cub Swanson and Ilia Topuria really slept him for like 1 big shot. But yeah, that's it. That's every time Charles Oliveira has been knocked down in his entire career. Before I say the total, let it be known, he has 48 fucking total fights all throughout his career. 48. That is such... He almost has 50 fights. That is so insane. But yeah, his drop count total is 11. He has now overthrown Alexander Volkanovski, who had the previous record of being dropped 9 times. Charles Oliveira is our new drop count champ. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a title you want, but he's got it. I mean, unless you count his drop count percentage, which is lower at 22.9%, while Volk is at 28%. Just Charles has had more fights, but like pure drop count, he is the new king. And if we compare him to Max, he's only had a total of 4 knockdowns. Very drastic difference. Let me know who you guys think wins that fight down below in the comments. Speaking of comments, today for our comment of the day, I mean, I had some funny ones, but I had to pick this one when I saw it. Flying Squirrel under my Kavanaugh vs Moreno prediction video saying this aged like fine wine. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I'm a huge fan. You, Bedtime MMA and MMA Guru, probably like the main MMA YouTubers I watch like the most actively. That's like my big 3 of MMA YouTube. So it's awesome to see you comment on a vid of mine. I love you, bro. Hey, you probably not gonna see this, but I will just say I have one critique about your videos. Listen, you're a father. You talk about your baby sometimes in your vid. It's very cute. It's very wholesome. You sound like you're a really good dad. I will just say, bro, I'll be sitting down for breakfast. I'll have like some eggs on my plate or something, I turn you on to watch, and you start talking about how your baby took the wettest, sloppiest shit you ever seen. Like, bro. But yeah, you're a legend, man. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like, drop a comment, and yeah, subscribe. Catch you later.